In a recent development, disturbing evidence has emerged in the case of parenting YouTuber Ruby Franke. Diary entries reveal alarming actions towards her son, including pushing him into their pool and planning to sedate him after a runaway attempt. Franke, 42, was sentenced to up to 60 years in prison for felony aggravated child abuse. She and her husband Kevin Franke ran the YouTube channel 8 Passengers, which faced criticism for its parenting content. Franke's sentencing underscores the seriousness of the charges and the need for accountability in cases of child abuse. In August, Ruby Franke was arrested and charged with 6 counts of felony child abuse after her youngest son escaped from her business partner's home, showing signs of severe neglect. Both Ruby and her partner, Jody Hildebrandt, were arrested. In December, they pleaded guilty to 4 counts of second-degree felony aggravated child abuse, revealing further disturbing details about the case. These events underscore the gravity of child abuse and the need for swift justice in such cases. Following a court hearing on February 20th, which was broadcasted live, Ruby Franke and Jody Hildebrandt received the maximum sentence allowable under Utah state guidelines. This decision was made after careful consideration of the evidence presented during the trial. The severity of the charges and the circumstances surrounding the case likely influenced the judge's ruling, underscoring the gravity of the offenses committed. Officials recently released significant evidence from Ruby Franke's case, including footage of her youngest son escaping from Jody Hildebrandt's residence. This footage offers insight into the events and highlights the severity of the situation. Additionally, a video shared by law&crime captures Ruby's son seeking assistance, providing a visual representation of the distress faced by the child. These releases enhance transparency and inform the public about the investigation details.
This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in...
Harrowing footage from law&crime depicts Ruby Franke's 12-year-old son seeking help with duct tape on his ankles. He bravely approaches a neighbor, highlighting the resilience of abuse victims. Simultaneously, law enforcement discovers Ruby's youngest daughter hidden in Jody Hildebrandt's residence, emphasizing the need for urgent intervention to protect the children. These videos underscore the importance of vigilance and intervention in cases of suspected maltreatment. The discovery of Ruby Franke's youngest daughter, found sitting silently in a state of apparent shock within Jody Hildebrandt's bathroom closet, paints a stark picture of the trauma endured by the children involved. With her hair shaved into a buzz cut and her demeanor subdued, the girl's refusal to engage with law enforcement further underscores the gravity of the situation and the profound impact of the alleged abuse. The release of this footage provides a sobering glimpse into the aftermath of the ordeal and underscores the urgent need for intervention and support for the victims. Additionally, further documentation capturing the arrests and subsequent police interviews of both Ruby and Jody offers additional insight into the legal proceedings surrounding the case. These recordings likely shed light on the evidence presented and the statements made by the defendants, contributing to a comprehensive understanding of the events leading up to their apprehension. The newly released bodycam footage paints a chilling picture of Ruby Franke's demeanor following her arrest, as she remains ominously silent throughout the proceedings. Despite repeated attempts by law enforcement to engage her in conversation, Ruby steadfastly refuses to respond, even to basic inquiries such as the number of children she has. Her behavior, characterized by repetitive blinking and an absence of verbal communication, adds to the unsettling nature of the situation. In contrast, Jody Hildebrandt exercises her right to remain silent for the most part, opting not to answer questions without the presence of her attorney. This stance further complicates the investigation and underscores the seriousness of the charges against her.